change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
I think there's an access point in looking at the word get and how we describe our emotions. Because when we fall into the anger tool, what is the result? Well, we get angry. That's what we get. But what do we want to get? We want to get there. We want to get to the finish line. We want to get to this particular place where something has been constructed that makes our life easier. But if I use the anger tool, then what am I going to get? Angry. So I'm building a door behind me. This is a temporary thing. And so behind that panel is a construction zone where I'm working on this door, and I'm building from scratch. It's going to be quite a piece of work. And it's a process because I'm designing it as I go. There's never been a door made like this before. And I've got lots of tools. And if I use those tools at the right time in the right way, the result is I get there, which is a completed door. But what happens is that we have a tool in the brain, and its job is to drill holes. I'm going to poke holes in this thing. All right? And that's what it knows how to do, and it does a really good job. So something shows up in our life, and that's the tool that we have in our hand, and we just poke holes in it. We deflate it. And then we wonder why the result that we get is angry, because that wasn't the appropriate tool to use in that moment. Right? So we have to plan it out. I have to create a diagram that not just shows me what there looks like, the completed door, but what are the steps to get there? When do I use the saw? When do I use the measuring tape? When do I use the drill? When do I use the screwdriver? When do I take a screw out as opposed to putting a screw in? So if I keep picking up the drill and drilling holes, and that's all I'm doing, using the same tool, the same approach all the time, I'm going to keep getting angry as my result, and I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to finish my door. So what a lot of people struggle with or bump into is that their brain has decided that one tool is their strong tool. It's the thing that they can solve most problems with. And you've heard it said, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So this is the way most people go through life. Their brain has said, this is your strongest tool. It's going to get you through most situations. But we live in a really complex world now. We don't live on the African savanna anymore. We live in really complex environments. So we have to take our time and we have to say, okay, this tool is appropriate right now, but then I have to switch to this tool. Or same tool, different bit. I have to get rid of that bit and put a different one in. But it's still the same tool. Now I need to switch to an entirely different tool. We're not measuring anymore, we're cutting. We're doing something destructive. Okay, now we're assembling. We're no longer being destructive. Now we're putting things together. So a practice for me is to say, okay, I've got all these different tools that my brain has, and they all do a fantastic job when they work within the plan that I have. And most people never set up a plan for themselves. They just keep using the same tool over and over again, and like, wait a minute, maybe that's not the right tool for this job. Maybe that tool comes in 3 steps down the road. So maybe I should look and see, what other tools do I have? I have a saw, but I'm not really good with a saw yet. Well, there's your practice. Let's practice using the saw. Let's learn how to be good with a saw in this type of situation, because this type of situation is about cutting, not about drilling. We feel best when we're using the tool that we know the best. And in the beginning, when we first start drilling that hole, we haven't done any damage yet. So it feels good because I'm using my drill and I'm moving towards it, and and then suddenly we go through and it's like, oh crap, I just drilled a hole through it. But when we got the drill in our hand about to drill the hole, we feel great because this is my powerful tool. This is who I am. I'm going to show them. So this is where the awareness comes in. So in my practice as a coach and individually, that awareness step is, what tool do I habitually use in this situation? I'm just going to keep watching myself use that tool. Yep, there it is. I'm always using the drill. And then to back up and say, well, what tool might actually be appropriate there? Because the drill is never getting me there. The drill is just getting me angry. And then saying, oh, it's the saw that I need to be using here. Okay, well, let's learn how to use it. So none of the tools are wrong or bad. They're just not being used at the right time in the right way. But they're all useful. I can't build the door without any of those tools. I need all of them.